The good times are back. OG colored Jordan 1s are sitting in the outlets. Nike sues Skechers and New Balance over patent infringements. Adidas may well write off the remainder of the Yeezy stock. And 6ix9ine got his very own signature shoe. All of these stories and much more in this week's sneaker wrap. Let's kick things off by looking back at some of the biggest sneakers that dropped this week. Early in the week, you had the New Balance and Kith Madison Square Garden collab. There were a couple of colorways of the 990 V6. If you did miss out on this release though, don't worry, there's going to be another release going down on November the 16th. Today we had the drop of the Air Jordan 11 Women's Neapolitan, and we also had the wider release of the unheard of Adidas Rivalry Low Grandma's Couch. Skate shop raffle W's have also been going out over the past day or two for the Tight Booth SBs here in the UK and possibly for you guys over there in the US. If you've been taking L's on those, don't worry, there is another chance for you to cop another L next week on the 14th when these drop on the Nike sneakers app. Let's move into some news, and I want to talk about this developing news story with Nike suing both New Balance and Skechers over patent infringements. The infringements in question relate to Nike's patented Flyknit technology. This isn't Nike's first time defending its Flyknit technology. They've previously filed lawsuits against Adidas and Puma, and also Lululemon. While settlements with Adidas and Puma were reached, the skirmish with Lululemon still persists. The specifics of the damages that Nike are pursuing have not been disclosed at this time, but make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel so I can keep you guys updated. Adidas is contemplating writing off $320 million of Yeezy inventory. According to the Associated Press, the company has indicated that these potential write-offs are a major component in its revised financial outlook for the current year, with projected losses reduced to around $106 million. This is a lot less than the earlier forecasted loss of around $470 million. This adjustment has been attributed to the sales gained from the recent Yeezy restocks. Still, this would mark the first time in 31 years that the German sportswear giant has filed a loss. Seems like Adidas have done their bit to try to mitigate the extent of the losses following the breakup with Ye, but are still likely to take the financial L this year. OG retro collectors were high-fiving one another this week because the old school sneaker market is back. Jordan 1s in cool colorways are back in the outlets. We saw pictures this week of the recently released Royal Reimagined sitting at outlets, and it certainly reflects the downtrend in popularity of Jordan 1s. I feel like this whole release was a miss. We should have just had a retro of the Royals in its original form. We didn't need this suede material right before winter. Let's talk about some exciting sneakers. If you are a fan of the Kobe 4 and the Black Cat Jordan 4, we have the culmination of both with the Kobe 4 Protro Gift of Mamba set to come out on December the 26th. $180 retail, these look pretty tough. Patta has a new Nike Air Max 1 coming in 2024. Details at this point are sparse. There are no images, no mock-ups, no colorways, no dates. But given Patta's track record on the Air Max 1, this will no doubt be a banger. Speaking of cool Air Maxes for 2024, the Nike Air Max 180 Concord returns. Really cool colorway, and this model is really famous because this was MJ's preferred leisure model when he wasn't balling out at the Olympic Games back in 1992. The sneaker last came out in 2013, and I've got to say, I'm really looking forward to these. The Air Max 180 is one of my favorite Air Max models of all time. I'd put it in the top 3 with the Air Max 1 and the Air Max 90. What do you guys think about these? One of the best KD sneakers of all time is coming out in 2024, the KD4 Nerf. Bro, do you guys remember like 10 plus years ago when this sneaker was an absolute grail commanding crazy money on the resale markets? These shoes right here were like the grails before grails. The date at this point is TBA, retail price around $130. It's unclear yet whether or not Hasbro are going to officially collaborate or whether Nike are just going to use the famous color scheme, but I am definitely excited for this retro of the KD4s. What do you guys think of these? The next Nike Zoom Vomero 5 features sashiko style stitching. I still haven't jumped on the Vomero trend despite hearing numerous good things about the model. I really do like this particular colorway in these earthy tones, and the sashiko style embroidery around the collar definitely looks pretty cool on these. What do you guys think? The Bape Adidas Stan Smith are releasing in November. No exact date yet, but expect an announcement on release date pretty soon. These are looking really clean in my opinion. We've got some green heel overlays showcasing the signature camo. Bape Gorilla proudly emblazoned on the tongue. No retail price announcement just yet, but these are definitely looking pretty nice in my opinion. The Air Jordan 4 SE Smoke Gray is coming in the fall of 2024. $210, that hefty Jordan 4 price point we're getting used to now at this point, unfortunately. We don't have any actual images. These bad boys right here are just based on the color code. But suffice to say, in this type of color blocking, these will be really, really popular. And I think we'll get the Jordan 4 back on track because in my opinion, some of the Jordan 4 colorways we've had this year have been misses. We've had some detailed looks at one of the most anticipated collabs of the month, the Air Jordan 5 Am1. These are set to come out on the 22nd of this month in two colorways, the Photon Dust and the black and burgundy color. Early reviews are starting to circulate around YouTube. No doubt you guys have probably checked out a few of them. I think both pairs look really nice and are probably some of the best Am1 collabs we've seen in a minute. I actually rate these over the 4s. What do you guys think? Could Adidas and Balenziaga be back on again? Seen an official look at the Balenziaga and Adidas Y-Rack, also dubbed the T Forum. This would mark a reunion of the two entities who were collaborating successfully last year up until a scandal that forced Adidas to freeze product launches with Balenziaga. The shoes pictured here aren't too bad, to be honest. Not really my cup of tea, but I can certainly see this type of model being really popular. What do you guys think? The Air Jordan 3 Doernbecher touches down on December the 2nd, designed by Hugo Juice. Oh man, I'm gonna mess this up. Covarrubias Molina channels the Legion of Boom's distinct colors of navy blue and gooey green. This release marks the second instance in which the Jordan 3 has been featured in the annual Doernbecher Freestyle collection. You guys remember back in 2010, it came out in this red and silver version, and then there was like a mini retro not long after in 2013. Very cool Doernbecher 3. These definitely don't hold a candle to those in my opinion, but are still pretty cool nonetheless. Are you guys gonna be going for these? Let me know. Got another Joe Fresh Goods New Balance, this time the 990 V4, and he has ditched his colorful pastels for a black and white makeover. No information on the exact release date or price point just yet, but supposedly these are going to be dropping before the end of the year. Going to be accompanied by an apparel collection, also referencing popular apparel styles from the late 90s, and looks pretty cool and pretty understated. Okay, let's talk about some sneaker releases upcoming this week that you guys might want to have your radar guns fixed for. I want to start off with these, the April SB Dunk Lows. These are set to come out on April the 13th. As of yet, there is no solid confirmation out there, and so stand by for this release date to change. Otherwise, make sure you guys are checking out what all your local skate shops are posting. Keep an eye on the sneakers app as well. Here in the UK, I don't think this is going to be dropping on the 13th. I think they'll probably drop later on in the month, but as usual, check your local skate shops for information because they'll likely wheel out the raffle before the inevitable sneakers release. On the 14th, you have the Tight Booth SB Dunk Low release on the Nike sneakers app. Remember, pretty much all the raffles through skate shops will have been and gone at this point, and so your last chance to cop these will be on the 14th. And if you did want to check out a review on them, make sure you guys are following the channel here so you can check out my review when I post it tomorrow. On the 15th, you have a trio of Adidas Sambas collaborations with Extra Butter, Nice Kicks, and Sneaker Politics. You also have the Adidas NMD S1 boots. This is a sort of GR version of the Montclair Adidas collab in the same model that came out recently. And if you are into the whole winter boot thing, these look kind of cool. On the 15th, you have the women's exclusive Air Jordan 3 Off Noir. Really nice colorway on the Jordan 3 with the black suede upper and the sailed out midsole, murdered out back tab. $200, extended size run likely to go up to a men's US 10.5. Could definitely see these selling out in the larger sizes, but probably sitting around in the smaller sizes. November the 17th, you have the Social Status and Nike Mac Attack Summit White. Is this like, how many Mac Attacks are Social Status gonna do? Like, have they been given exclusive rights to collaborate on the Mac Attack? Like them and Travis, they're just like, you guys have the Mac Attack, only collab on that shoe, that's all you're getting. Because this feels like their second or third at this point, and we've only had the re-release of the Mac Attack recently. Kind of cool shoe, pretty plain Jane to be honest. Easy pass from me. And then on the 18th, probably the release of the week, the Air Jordan 4 Craft Olive, $210. Expect all your normal retailers to have raffles for these in the lead up to the release day. The rumor is the numbers are quite high on these, something like 400,000 pairs, but even though the numbers are high, I would still expect these to be really popular and sell out. Although I can't see the resale being particularly crazy on these. Still wish they'd just given us the normal Jordan 4 in this colorway rather than adding all this craft stuff. But hey ho, still a cool shoe nonetheless, and one that I'll probably go for these. Yeah, I'll probably go for these. And that is it for this week's sneaker wrap. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch the video. Be sure to give it a like before you bounce, and I will see you on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.